The eyes of the unshaven, red-haired young man jump from one thing to the next as if he's waiting on a punch in the gut. Seeing you, he takes his hands out of his pockets and starts talking really fast. What? What do you need? You here to trade or what? Or are you here to finish what Mishka Altaitsky started? I have friends here, just so you know. Now that is what the medics call being completely off your rocker, dear child. Quite a serious illness, despite the comical name. Don't make fun of me, old man. If you had my life, you'd act even crazier. Why are you so nervous? Who is this, Misha? The man looks at you with surprise and goes all pale as if recollecting something horrifying. It happened a few days ago. I thought I'd drink a few vodkas with the guys and I neared a local harbour. A bullet whistled past my head and then another one. I ducked into cover. That's when I took out my binoculars and saw Misha Altaitsky shooting at me with his Venturas. He was shooting, screaming, flailing around like a crazy man. Why would he do that? Why? We drank together last month and we were real friendly too. What did I do to that bastard? Why did he want to kill me? And he'll be next to betray me. Brother? Pal? Buddy? Friend? Amigo? Please, find out why he did that. I beg of you. Not knowing, it cuts me like a knife. I'll even pay you. When a friend fires upon a friend, the reason must be quite good. I'll check it out for you, but now let's switch topics. I have a few questions. Trader winks a few times and nods. You can ask your questions, I suppose. It's just that I see everyone as an enemy nowadays. What is your name? I'm Dubrovin, the merchant. Oh god, I feel like soon someone will chisel that name into the rock that'll mark my grave. Yeah, you're not that old. What are you doing here? Can you see my backpack? I'm a merchant. At least I tried to be one when I'm calm enough. Nowadays I'm so anxious I barely spend any time trading at all. And tell me about this place. What's to tell? It's a dead city, a graveyard of both old tech and radioactive waste, even for terrible creatures. But back in the day, I at least had true friends nearby. Now even that's gone. Treachery doesn't seem like it'd be the worst problem living here. Another question. Got any rumours to share? They say that somewhere in the city is a buried computer, a copy of Lenin's brain made with all sorts of pre-war tech. It's allegedly called Villain AI. When its proud creators finally turned it on, it told them how to find a peaceful solution to the war, but before the postal service could deliver the instructions to the Kremlin, the bombs were already falling. Villain AI. Right, into the metro then. Oh, that's... wait, what? Why is there a backpack just lying there? Just wondering about that. That's kind of cool. You see Ermac rucksack. I want a big rucksack like that. Ooh. I wonder where they're running to. There's quite a few people. What the fuck? A small crowd has gathered on the platform, murmuring uneasily. All eyes focused on the corpse lying on the tracks. You make your way to the edge of the platform and scratch the back of your head. It's obvious the poor guy spread eagled on the ground died violently. A bearded, red-faced man standing next to you is addressing an elderly moustache fellow. Damn it, Kurds, another dead body, what the hell? The moustache man shoots him a dark look and purses his lips. I see that, Bum. I'm not blind. He's lost all shame now, killing people under our very noses. Pick up a few random words from the buzz of the crowd. Even the crowd's got a portrait. That's like 3 different portraits combined. It's a maniac again. Right there on the base. He's lost all fear. You can't trust anyone. I'm telling you, we need to get out of the city. The elderly mustache man, whose name apparently is Kurd, spits on the ground and turns to face the crowd with a grim look on his face. Alright everyone, move along. Nothing to see here. Bomb, make a note. No personal items found on the body. Hey, someone take this poor sod to the morgue. Let the detective take a look at him. Jerky, where'd you find him? What do you mean, why'd you find him? He's on the tracks. Get yourself a drink at the bar. I'll send someone to speak with you. But the rest of you, what are you still doing here? Show's over. Go home. The crowd slowly disperses. Several beefy stalkers jump down on the tracks and start dragging the victim back the way you came. A couple of minutes later, the only people left are you, Kurds, and Bomb. Kurds is rubbing his temples. He notices you're still standing in front of him and addresses you tiredly. Like I already said, the show's over. Hey, are you new here? Fresh from the surface, what's going on? A real shitstorm, that's what. A real filthy shitstorm. And we're neck deep, right in the middle of it. Welcome to hell, by the way. Cheers. Solving problems is my specialty. Buddy, get up Comrade Kurd's case. He's a busy man. The mustache man gestures Bomb to stop. Got yourself a problem solver. Then maybe you'll be interested to know we have a maniac on our hands. We call him the Woodpecker. Interesting. Where did the nickname come from, the Woodpecker? All the victims had the same hole in the skull, as if somebody punched through the bone with a giant beak. That's why we call them that. Ow. I did think it's a maniac. People get murdered left and right in the wasteland. No argument there, but here's the thing. It's true that people get shot by gangsters or ripped apart by mutants all the time. That's an honest way to go, and we're ready for it. But this is something completely different. The killer's walking freely amongst us, and we have no idea who it is. Is it you, Bob? What makes you call this killer a maniac? It's modus operandi. When we discovered the first body, we thought some crook just tortured the poor bastard on a whim. But then we found another one, and all the victims had the same marks on their bodies. Too peculiar for a common criminal and too complicated for a mutant or animal. The detective can tell you more, putting him in charge of the Woodpecker investigation. Do you know what the motive is? There's always a motive. I'm not a psychiatrist. Maybe the detective can answer this question. He's the one investigating the Woodpecker case. And who's that? Another new guy, just like you. He volunteered to help with the investigation. He's a smart guy, but so far his efforts have been in vain. Meanwhile, the Woodpecker keeps stacking up the bodies. Wonder when the Woodpecker started killing people. Wait a second, who are you then? Call me Kurtz. It would appear that I'm the man in charge here. Or, not so much in charge, more like responsible. I'm negotiating with the merchants about selling items the stalkers find in the dead city. I'm coordinating the citizens in case there are some citywide decisions to make. I'm a self-appointed manager, so to speak. My name's Bob. I'm Kurt's bodyguard. I protect him. Currently this maniac's our biggest concern. So it's fascinating. Right. Hey, maybe you could help us. I need results urgently and the detective isn't cutting the mustard. People are starting to get restless. Thanks for the offer, but what makes you think you can trust me? Why not? You look like a brave sort, and even if you aren't Einstein, you definitely seem resourceful. I can see it in your eyes. But most importantly, you don't look like a maniac. I imagine that they look like they just rolled out of their graves. Well, clearly no one looks like a maniac if you guys haven't spotted him yet, or everyone does, and you can't choose which one. And what will I get for catching this crazy killer? I repay you the best way I can. Don't worry, the dead city isn't short on money. It's a deal. I'm quite a detective myself. Glad to hear it. We really need a fresh pair of eyes. Alright, you should start by paying the detective a visit. He's probably in the morgue now, examining the latest victim. The morgue's located next to the underground entrance. You probably came from that direction. You can also talk to Jerky. He discovered the body. He's in the bar now. Maybe caught a glimpse of the Woodpecker. I doubt it, but it wouldn't hurt to ask. Alright, see you soon. I'm actually going to take off my gas mask soon, so I don't think I need it right now. And more importantly, it reduces my attention. Which I assume it's not going to be good on the case. Right, if my guys came from there, this means, yeah, that's the direction of the entrance. Oh, is this train usable? A thin, grey-haired man is jiggling around in place, his hands dangling freely. Seeing you approach, he levens up and begins speaking in a cracked voice. Arms for the poor man with no home and no hearth, who wishes only some little bit of fun in his sad life. I was a stalker like you back in the day, Baron. Why ask for fun when you have no home and no hearth? Talking about life itself, Baron. Eating, drinking, it's all fun. Can you spare a few rubles? How about you go earn some money for yourself? Well, I have no ifs and buts. What's wrong? We see out this condition. The man lifts up his hands. They're covered in what looks like caterpillars and infected puncture wounds. I love the way personality is like, ew, how did that happen, buddy? What looks like caterpillars and infected puncture wounds? You really want to know? One day I was crushed to death in a rock slide. As I was taking my last breath thinking about how shitty my life was, these little buggers started crawling at me from nowhere, biting at my limbs. It gets weirder. The bites healed me, my bones knit together on their own, and my torn skin became smooth. As soon as I got up, I tried tearing them off me, but as soon as I did, my body began falling apart again. So now I'm just living with my life with these creepy things wriggling around on my skin. It's a story. These things keep me alive for some reason. They saved me when I should have died under all those rocks. I tell her that's worth a few rubles, yeah? That is really weird. I've got some more to burn. Here's a 50. The hobo takes the money with a bow. Thank you, Baron. You're a good soul. I'ma buy me a bag of bread to fry. Eat well, old man. Nice. Can you answer a few questions now? Ask away, Baron. Name yourself, friend. They call me Moth, like all stalkers do. There's no real place for names in the dead city. I see. One more thing. The man spins around in place. Any fun around here? Serial killers kill, ghosts fly on the surface, demons crawl out from hell, and there's also this mystery drug people say is being harvested somewhere nearby. Not Black Lotus though, something else. Fun, huh? And how's life in this awesome station? Better than nothing, I guess. Stalkers are kindly, God-fearing fellows. They always have a ruble or two to spare. There's no room for atheism when you're constantly risking your life with no solid ground beneath your feet. And what are you doing here at the store? I'm just standing out the wind, warming myself up. Windy weather kills me. More people die of pneumonia around these parts than from monsters or bandits. I don't understand though. With this guy in his condition, surely he should be fine. Like if the things are keeping him alive and they like heal broken bones and that, he'd be like great exploring around with that like level of healy stuff. The healing factor like that, you could conquer the waste. I bet that works well for radiation as well. You always seem to be hanging around here. What are your thoughts on the crazed kill of the Woodpecker? What do I think? I feel like he's one of us. Walks the dead city, walks the metro, stops and talks to people, laughs along with everyone at the bonfire, but that's only a mask. And what's beneath it? I don't know. How do you become a bum though? It must be hard to live as a hobo in the dead city. It's not easy, I can tell you that much. And everyone gets lucky in the dead city. Not in wealth and not in death. It's grim as fuck, man. I need to go. Well, at least we got the store. Looks like a proper store as well. I still remember the backpack wandering through as well. That's cool. The owner of the underground shop greets you with a wide, seemingly sincere smile and points to his wares in a subtle way. Hello, friend. Let not the dangers of the dead city scare you, be they demons, radioactive winds, shadows, ghosts, vampires, or that woodpecker killer. I'm sure my wares will help you against all odds. How about a little discount? But all my wares already have a discount. Without it, considering their quality, they would cost a fortune. Believe me, would I lie to a great guy like you? With a smile like that, I feel I have to believe you, even though my gut's telling me no. First off, want to chat. I see no reason not to speak with a good person like you. How's your trade? Could be better, could be worse. The only thing to brag about is my shop is much better than what they got in the snake's den above. People there go for the nastiest tricks in the book to smear the competition. I make sure they're not allowed to go into the station, so don't worry about the quality of my stuff. Gotcha. And where'd you get your wares from? The city? No. Things in the city are sometimes quite irradiated, so I don't sell them. I get my wares from all sorts of places. Trudegrad, Krasno's de Moynier, that Fargate town down south. A list of my providers is as long as the history of trade itself. That is a long list of traders. And tell me about the station. Safest place in the city, that's for sure. Really? Because I've seen someone die. Or I've seen a death as soon as I walked in the city. Well, naturally the latest happenings around here made everyone a bit paranoid, but believe me, this place is safer than the rest of the city. However, there's no escaping the need to go outside once in a while, so I highly recommend equipping yourself some occasion at my shop. Headache, juicy rumours? Well, homeless Sonia was hanged by the neck some time ago. Wolf the Stalker went off on a hunt to hunt what you call demons. The looters changed the password to their base again. Merchant DeBraven believes to be haunted by a ghost. You know, typical stuff. Typical. Show me the goods. Some 60 by 39 rat. What is that? Hazmat suit. Save the life of a wearer in highly irradiated regions or on poisonous areas. Is that like a special suit then? Wait, it's only face equipment. Minus 20 dodge, minus 1 dexterity. If it's only face equipment, I mean that's pretty useful. Weighs 5 kilograms, Jesus. So, that was pretty cool actually. What do I look like when I got that on? Have I still got my armor? Oh yeah. Minus 1 dex, so what does that put my action points down to? 7. I mean, it can still get a shot off, so it's not like ridiculous. Don't really have any weapons that require 4 action points, so I guess I can keep it on for now, since it's only dex. Oh, that's the morgue. Right, let's speak to the guards. A wide-shouldered giant of a man with a square jaw and a friendly smile watches your every move. There's nothing menacing about him, yet he somehow unnerves you. Hello, little buddy. You looking for the serial killer? You do that. Okay. You're way too obviously the serial killer from the looks of things. Yeah, I'm inclined to believe this guy isn't actually the serial killer, given the fact that he's so overt about it, about the sound of things. Who are you, big guy? Call me Rabbit, buddy. They call me like that because I like eating rabbit meat. It works for me, you know. I hate all other kinds of meat. Pork, beef, canned meat, mystery meat. I'd rather eat dry biscuits than all those other kinds of meat. Funny little addiction I've got, right? What are you guarding? The station? I was told to guard the entrance for a while. Why not? I answered. So yes, you're right. Hey, do you see rumours? There's plenty of rumours. I prefer the ones about the Woodpecker, the serial killer. Will someone catch him soon or not? And what's the mood here at the station? People became more nervous lately. The Woodpecker killings are making everyone paranoid. I think it's funny in a way, because people always died here like flies before any serial killers even showed up. I guess it became the last drop. Yeah, I should be going now. But I've got my eye on you. Potential serial killer man who I don't currently believe is the serial killer but could be. Also known as a rabbit. Let's have a look at the actual body then in the morgue. A short man in his 30s is mumbling to himself, contemplating something far beyond the walls of a cool corpse chamber. The mere existence of this gloomy room proves how in this reckless profession the stalker walks hand in hand with death. You stop next to the man and glance down at the corpse of the young adventurer. His body's been mangled with multiple cuts, tiny burns, and a gaping hole, purple black hole in his cranium. Purple black. Yeah, your poor brain has never seen the light of day, has it? Or locked up in its bone prison. Let me set it free, open a way out with a carefully placed blow from my hammer. And then, what is wrong with all you people? Indeed, what then? Was it really a hammer that dealt this death blow? Come on, open up to me, Woodpecker. Hi, I assume you're the detective? Your voice startles the man. He hadn't realised he was not alone. He looks at you guiltily and a bit shy. Oh yes, that's me in the flesh. I'm sorry, I tend to get absent-minded when I'm thinking, and as you can see, this course provides plenty of food for thought. The man points to the mangled cadaver. So many thoughts, I'm drowning in them. And who might you be? An adventurer. Kurt's asked me to help with this investigation. Very nice to meet you. The detective extends his hand to shake, then, lost in thought again, puts it back in his pocket and lowers his eyes sadly. So this is how they show their faith in me. They were ready to hire a random adventurer, not even a stalker. Oh well, okay, perhaps I deserve it since my dawdling cost this man his life. Now's not the time to think about your mistakes. Tell me what you've discovered. Well, no use blaming yourself, bro. Tell me what you know and we'll catch this freak in a blink of an eye together. I like your approach, colleague. It's both positive and productive. But don't rush to ask for details. We have all the evidence we need on this hapless stiff right in front of us. Let's do this way. Examine this unfortunate schlub and tell me what you see. Perhaps you'll spot something I missed. If you don't, I'll look him over and tell you what I managed to find. Go ahead. Following the detective's invitation, you bend over the bluish corpse and examine it closely. Several different details catch your attention. There's dirt under his fingernails. And what's that under yours? The Garden of Eden? Could be he resisted when he was being kidnapped, scratching at the ground. Or maybe just skit washing his hands that day. Nah, not a valid clue. Point. I can see a big hole in the skull, hard to miss really. Right, he was hit with something heavy like a hammer or a pickaxe. The blow was quite precise. This is characteristic of all murders committed by a woodpecker. If only we knew why he always finishes victims off this way. Multiple tiny wounds on the body. I think those are traces of torture. He made the poor bastard suffer before cracking his skull open. Creepy, right? His facial expression reflects great suffering. No wonder. Who likes being dead? But I think he took on this expression while still alive, whilst he was being tortured. Nothing else that catches the eye. The detective sighs sadly, his shoulders drooping. Yeah, just the hole in the skull and traces of torture on his body and face. All the woodpecker's victims look like that, come to a dead end. Better have another look at the corpse, just in case. The detective steps aside. Yeah, strange subject. I'd like to ask you a couple of personal questions. Okay, what do you want to know? What's your name, mate? Haven't I introduced myself? My mum called me Nikita. I rarely use that name these days though. Although it's nice, you can simply call me Detective. Okay, Detective? And where are you from originally? Haven't I told you? No, I guess I haven't. I'm from Kazakhstan. A week before the war, my father took me and my mum on vacation at my auntie's village in Trudograd. That's where we were when the world got blasted. I've all but forgotten my homeland now. Day-to-day life, the smells and so on. Why'd you choose this profession? I like riddles. I even like answering your questions. If there's a question mark at the end of a sentence, I rush to the answer. And what's your most surprising case? This happened a couple of years ago when I was working at the Trudograd manufactory. 2 weeks into the job, the bosses gathered us all together and started blasting us for a constant shortage of supplies and product and so on. During breaks, I started watching closely to find out who was stealing from the factory. 3 days later, my investigation showed it was everyone, including the bosses. I was the only moron who kept the moral high ground. One hell of a riddle. I'll have to go actually. Do I have anything that increases attention? Any drugs? Reduces intellect. Speechcraft. And personality. Whole lot of nothing. Well, I'll be back. What about these? Do these have anything on them? Oh, they're just random storage containers. Well, nothing in those. Let's get up here again. Got a few more people I need to talk to. Who are you?